Hello everybody.
Howdy.
My name is Audrey.
And I am Asana.
And we are Millennial Homesteader. And on this channel, we share our financial journey while homesteading.
Yep.
And what are we doing today?
So today we want to give you a quick update of what's been happening on the farm.
Yeah, including this beautiful coop that we are standing in right now. For some weird reason, we actually like to sit around when we have completed a project so that it feels good. But also something we want to do is to start providing you some videos that are very informative on this channel.
Yes, so, for the past few months, we've actually been enamored. We've received a lot of love from all of you watching, so thank you so much. But, we have a lot of subscribers and people commenting from, all over the world. We have a lot of, African people, like African countries.
Yeah, Kenya,
Ghana,
Uganda, Namibia,
right? Yeah.
Zimbabwe, we have so many people reaching out to us.
Then we also have a lot of other, outside of Africa as well, right? So we've had the UK, the USA, we've had Canada, New Zealand, Australia, we've had a lot of people commenting. So, it's been quite amazing. But the thing is, through all of these experiences, people give us a lot of advice, which we really appreciate. But the other thing is, as well, is that we also acknowledge that there are people who want to get into homesteading, but they really don't know how to do it.
I mean, the reason we are mentioning these countries or these places is because we actually didn't think that these videos would go anywhere, if anyone would watch it all, because a lot of the channels that we're watching were already so big. We're like, there is just so much information out there. Why are we even posting anything or posting our journey? But we thought this would be a very amazing platform for us to share the journey, but also to inform. This is what we are actually now starting to do, so that we provide that information that we wanted to provide from the get-go.
So the great thing as well is that, we are relatively young in our, journey. Well, not just journey, but even in our careers, right? So Audrey and I are quite young in our careers. I think we just have, maybe 6 or 7 years, working.
A little more. 7 for me, and I don't know, nearly 10.
Well, it's 8 for me. Right, I think.
No, you started working 2 years before me.
Oh, okay. So maybe a little bit more than that. So maybe 9, right? But then we technically categorized as young, professionals in our fields. So, to be able to get into homesteading, it's technically quite young for people in our age.
Homestead. But I think also something to really notice, we do acknowledge that there is a big group of people or community within South Africa that is already homesteading. But something that we are noticing on the homestead is the homestead requires resources. And in the South African context, resources means you experience, right? And then money. And usually that comes with
age.
Exactly. So
what you're going to find, of course, is that a lot of people who are homesteading and, they're very good at it, they're going to be a little bit older. So, if you are watching and you're going like, well, I just started, I'm relatively young, I don't have the experience, but I do want to go into homesteading, you then have a completely different kind of challenge as well. Or maybe you could be, a bit older, but then you just decide you want to move from the city and go into this. So you then have a fresh challenge as well, because you're busy going, okay, how do I actually do this? How do I make that jump? And I don't think there's a lot of resources to really help you with that transition, right? Because it's a very, very big challenge. And when you're going through this, you will need a bit of support. And a lot of the challenges that are happening, they're really normal. It's okay, right?
And I know that when we started sharing our journey, and I think something people should know out there, if you're a friend, you probably know this, but we suck at pretending anything. You cannot take us anywhere and we're going to pretend that, oh, this is nice, and then compliment. We really suck at that. So it was really difficult for us, because you see a lot of channels, they want to show you the green garden, the beautiful vegetables that are growing. And then once in a while, they'll show you the vegetables that are dying. But that's just once in a while to give it a balance. But they don't want to show you the messiness of the homestead. I think the last video I posted, I wrote homesteading is messy, because we literally live like we are on a construction site most of the time. They don't want to show you the challenges. They don't want to show you the real emotions that they go through, and sometimes the anxiety that you feel when things are not going well. And I don't know, I don't want to diagnose myself, and some people have depression. At some point I kind of feel like I was depressed, but no, I'm not depressed. But you know, it's those things that we really want to show, we really want to share, and to just normalize that this journey is okay. But when we started showing that and letting you know that homesteading was difficult, we were told that we're being too negative. And if you noticed, our videos have kind of shifted and changed to show the nice things about homesteading.
But you know, we look, we try to make jokes about it. We thought you'd be fine with it. But the thing is, the last thing we really want to do is paint this false image of how this is, right?
Yes.
So, you know, the truth is homesteading is extremely rewarding, but it's a lot of work.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
We do not want people to jump into it, find out that it's a very big financial commitment, find out that, you know, like it's really challenging, and then drop out. And then what will happen is that we now have unfortunately lost people who could have been great homesteaders. And then they will now, you know, spread this message of homesteading being really horrible, right? We would rather have people, you know, come in conscious, understand the process, take it step by step, and, you know, be successful in it. Or we would rather have people hold off and then do it when the time is right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other thing that when it comes to homesteading, if you were to compare to anything, it's like buying a property. I mean, this is buying a property, but I want to give like a general example. It's like buying a property. Everyone sells, buy it. Buy it, buy a property. If you want to make money, buy a property. If you want to do this, buy a property. But then they don't tell you all the other things associated with having a property.
Your rates, your levies, your taxes, what happens in terms of responsibility. If the geyser blows up, that's all you. If something goes wrong in your house, it could affect the whole neighborhood. That could be a cost that you have to share. So all of these responsibilities, people don't really like talking about them. And we are going to talk about these things. And it's not because we are negative, right? We're going to make as many jokes as possible, but we are going to keep it 100%. We're going to be very honest and upfront, but we're going to discuss topics that people are very interested in, that are also going to allow you, you know, to action this whole process
and start thinking about it. And we actually wrote some points of what we are going to be, you know, talking about just a little bit. I mean, obviously we are going to ask you to send us your questions that you want to be answered, and just we'll have a Q&A towards the end of the series, because it's not going to be a lot of videos. We'll see how it goes. It could be 5, it could be 10, it could end up being 20, depending on what's going on. But these videos are really going to be super informative, and we hope that you enjoy them.
And I mean, as the channel grows bigger, we would also like to bring people on, or at least go to people, you know, and get advice from them. Remember, so this could be homesteaders, but this could also be professional advice. If you are looking to go into, you know, animal husbandry, right? You need to know the cost of a vet, for example. So maybe you need to listen to a vet telling you how much, you know, fixing or checking up a sheep is actually going to cost you, because these are all things that will come back and then bite you if you really don't plan.
Exactly. Anyway, so these are some of the topics that we're going to cover. The first one is why, your reasons for actually wanting to homestead. When we talk about homesteading here, we're talking about everything, including just being off the grid. Maybe here it's called amaplota.
Plotting, you know,
like small holdings, you know, that kind of thing. So we want to talk about the whys, because your why is so important. And when the journey becomes a bit difficult, your why is what keeps you going.
Define you,
exactly. And then the next one is
so finally you will know your why, right? So, you know, like you really do then have to define, you know, like what kind of farm is it going to be? Is it going to be a homestead and so on? Are you off-gridding? You need to know all of these challenges, all of these you know, you know, all these variations, and then you then have to understand the costs that are associated with it, right?
So I think that would be the next one. After you tell, you know, you have now chosen your type of homesteading, off the grid, urban homesteading, whatever. what are the costs. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to do a little bit of research for you to find out for you what you may need, what you may not need, etc. But also we are going to really give more of our experience, yes, so that it has a lot more weight and it's not just.
And also we'll go through the experiences of others. So we have a lot of homesteaders as well who reach out to us.
Yes.
We've had cases where people have abandoned their homesteads, have just sold and left, right? So again, you might say, well, that sounds, very negative, but the thing is, this is really, really important, right?
Yes.
So it's really important for you to be informed where you're going to actually choose this, how you're going to do it.
Yes.
It's so helpful. And if you don't have the resources, to actually inform you on this, you will have a problem.
Exactly. And then we're also going to talk about how it feels to be on the journey, the ups and downs, and how to just react to some of those feelings. Like, I think at some point we stopped posting, and after we stopped posting, we posted a video called We Are Not Quitting.
We Are Not Quitting, yeah.
Yes. So if you notice the last video, I mean, you won't, probably you will, I don't know. But we had stopped posting for like 3 months.
Yeah, we basically had quit the whole homesteading journey thing for like that period of time. I think for like almost 3 months.
Yes.
Right? We were just done.
Yeah, we were done.
Just finished everything, and then after that, we then decided, we got our love back, right?
Yeah.
For the homestead, right?
Yeah.
And
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the skills that you may need to learn. I mean, that's already like 6 stuff, and then one more here.
Yeah. So I'm also going to do a video, right? So from a male perspective of the whole homestead, right? Because there are different kinds of challenges that you experience when you're a lady and when you're a man, right? So now, many cases, the homesteaders I interact with, they're males. They want to move their family out of the city. A big concern for us obviously is protecting our family, so we're very concerned about that. So now discussions regarding safety, security, community regarding that, how it feels to be a man on there, the skills that you're going to need. Remember, not a lot of us have these skills or had the opportunity to actually learn all of these,
exactly.
right? So then a discussion on how do you also upskill regarding that. But there are just so many nuances that we experience, right? And you do need a support system, and you need to talk through that and actually make this decision when you decide to go into homesteading.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's really it. So this channel is going to have a mix and match of videos. But these type of videos, these informative videos are going to be proper sit down videos that are at least 20, 30 minutes long or 40 minutes, who knows. But we want to share as much information with you as possible. We don't want, we really pour out our heart when we do these videos and when we show you. So this is not it's not pretend emotion, and we really want to share the real journey without making it all what's the word?
Yeah, well, we don't want to make it too serious, we don't want to paint it negatively, but we want to paint it realistically.
Yes.
We're going to share as much jokes as possible. We're going to keep it as light as possible. We'll also share what other people are sharing, their stories, right? Because people send us all these stories, right? And we're going to keep their names out of it where we need to be, but we can share the journeys that they're going through as well. And I think they will just be very helpful. We'll do a bit more research. And then the other thing is that we also need you, if you do have questions, right? Write as many questions as possible. Ask us, or suggestions for topics, because this session, these sessions are actually intended to be very helpful, right? So information that will allow you to action, going into homesteading, or at least just being freer, right? That's really what we're going for.
Exactly. So let's give that update. That little tour. We really just want to show you what you saw last time and what has happened since last time, because let's do that.
And what we still need to do.
Yes.
All right, so this is the update right now. This space is the rabbit enclosure, and it is actually this close to being done. So what we've done is that we've closed off the whole area. This is chicken mesh, right? And on the front as well, it's also closed off with chicken mesh as well. We want a lot of air to come in, but we also don't want anything to possibly swoop in and, mess around with the rabbits.
And we also want them to have a lot of sun.
Sun, right? Yeah. And then probably we're gonna have to build up, places for them to play around and sleep and so on in here. But what I still have to do is close off this part here, because again, we have a lot of snakes in this region, so we don't want to have any situations where any of these snakes come in. But it could be a pallet or just something that could close off quite easily there.
Okay.
So yeah, I think what's also left here is to put a door. I'm just gonna I'm gonna wall off this side here with some pallets or wood here, and then the door will just open in, and then this area will be ready to go.
Yeah. It's nearly there. Are you going to paint on here?
Yes, so I've decided that I'm gonna paint, because I kind of ran out of paint, but I'm fine with just painting it halfway through here. At least so that there's a bit of structure. So I'm not happy with the fact that it's not completely painted, right? But I really like the look of having it black. I think it really gives it beautiful, character. Yeah. So let's go. Oh, you see, I also finished this part here. So this was also to prevent the water when it rains, right? To come into these areas. So yeah, we did that whole cast or that barrier. So now it's done. Yeah, so this area is almost done. The other important thing we had to do here is clear things up so that it looks nice and neat. What I still need to do as well is cover this coop up. Gonna clean it up, make it look, clean and nice, and then paint it all black. So this coop and that coop will be all black, looking nice and regal. Then our chickens will be ready to move in. So I'm very excited about that. I had made a door here, so it's gonna be a door coming in. So this is another thing that I need to just install. But the big project that we've been working on this week has been this. This is pavement, right? So what I've been doing is I've been going to collect half bricks, pallets, and then just dropping them off. And then finally this weekend, I've been, started working and putting down the paving. But it is very time consuming, and it's actually a lot more difficult than I thought.
Okay, can you also tell them how much it is to get this bricks here?
Oh yeah, from here, right? One pallet of half brick, they call them half bricks. They are actually $3.99, right?
Yeah.
So $400.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we got seven pallets.
And if we were to get them delivered?
If we get them delivered, right? They have a minimum requirement of 10 pallets, but then the delivery is 2,100 and something bucks. So it is insane, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're like, nope, I'll just go pick them up myself because wow, that is crazy.
And our car only takes?
Yes, our car only takes one. So this has been a one-to-one kind of trip. And I know you might say, well, isn't the cost gonna? No, it's not. It's absolutely not. 2,000 bucks is just a lot of money. Yeah, but soon it will be completely closed off here, and then what we'll have to do is then we'll just have to, get a, a compactor. It has to be an industrial one because there are going to be cars passing here, and then we're going to compact here, and then we're going to mix soil, and then cement, and then we're going to spray it all over, and then, and then we'll be ready, guys. Then it'll be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the last thing that we are doing, or that we actually did as well, is fix this area. So Audrey is very excited about this because she has always wanted a place to chill and hang out. So this is gonna be Audrey's chill and hang out place.
Yes, I really like this.
Yeah, so next month we're gonna close off this whole area. So soon it's gonna be just nice, and it's gonna be a place for Audrey to chill. So I think what I need to do now is I need to pour water on this because we just put this mixture of cement and soil. So need to pour this and then just pour it again and then, just dust it off. But this place is now really ready to go.
Yes, and we got this as a second hand. Usually when you buy it new, it's around 2,000 rands.
Yes.
I think we have comes with 2,000
yeah,
rands.
like that amount always follows us.
Yes.
Yeah, so
and we got it for 800 bucks.
We did.
Yes.
And then we also got a few of these pavers as well.
Yeah.
We got this one that Audrey likes with the, it looks like feet.
The feet, yeah.
So that's gonna be another one leading into the garden area as well. So yeah, there's still a little bit of work. We're gonna have to finish off some of these areas here, finish the borders and so on. We have to get soil over there so that we can finish off the beds. But then I think we're probably maybe 2 or 3 weeks away from really being finishing up this area, so that we can move on to the lower side of our place. Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah,
that
really
is the update.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. We hope you like, share, and subscribe, and then we'll see you again next time.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.